Hey guys, I'm Peter Tseros and this is Chad Phillips, and you're watching another episode of 3SSRTV.
Yeah, great show today, Pete, because we're going to be talking about all music, travel, gaming, sports, and street walk right here on 3SSRTV on C31.
That's right, but before we press on to the main core of the show, you had something you wanted to bring up with me on air, and maybe you should.
We could bring it off air, but I think it's important that we bring it up on air.
Well, feel free.
How come we haven't been axed because of us two idiots?
Well, because I don't know. We only wrote scripts for the first few four episodes. We got up to this one. We thought, wow, we didn't even realize we were going to still be on here. Yeah. So I don't know.
I assume right now I'd be living in a dumpster. Really. Going through rubbish, eating.
Wait, you're not doing that?
Well, I do that after the show. I thought during this time I would be doing it right now. So.
Oh, yeah, because I thought if I was the only one doing it, I was going to get a bit...
Yeah, that's why in future I want you to move when I'm sitting in there.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But let's go to...
In future, I wish you were wearing pants in the dumpster, but
you can't put all that pressure on me, please. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Fine. At least you can be wearing pants now, at least. But no, that's fine. Just because we have a high-cut desk, automatically you have to have no pants on.
Hey, this is TV industry.
And by the way, that doesn't mean that I have to have pants on.
No.
Just means you have to have pants on.
Yeah, there's a pro quota of how many people wear pants. But let's actually go somewhere serious and actually professional with Tom and Mike as they give you the latest in music.
Well, welcome to another week of 3SSR Music. I'm here again with Michael, as always. Mate,
Tom.
You've got some news on Sam Smith, mate.
Indeed I do, Tom, and good news for fans of British soul singer Sam Smith, as he's announced that he will be coming back to Australia yet again for another Australian tour, which I cannot wait for.
Fantastic.
He'll be at the newly developed Margaret Court Arena on the 11th of April 2015, which should be good. I'm hoping to get down myself.
Yep. Just after the Open there?
Just after the Open, indeed, and all that. And Tom, do you know how you were a big fan of Aqua? And I announced last week, and how Aqua was.
For the record, I am definitely not a fan of Aqua.
Yeah, see, secretly a fan of Aqua. Another 90s
closet Aqua fan. Yeah.
Another group of 90s group are actually coming out to Australia in December, and that's Cypress Hill. Now, Cypress Hill were here for Soundwave 2013. Now, a big controversy for Soundwave 2013 when Cypress Hill was announced on the bill, because they're not a rock band, not a metal band, they're a rap group, but they killed it, and they'll be at the Forum Theatre on the 11th of December, which should be good to go see.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
And also in other news, Fall Out Boy have released a brand new song called Centuries.
Huge news there,
which I'm a bit excited about. Even though the boys are going to be at Soundwave next year, there's still no word yet on an album featuring the song Centuries. So if you can go into 3ssr.org right now to listen to it online, which is a good listen, and if you're a fan of Fall Out Boy, I suggest you go listen to it. And also I got some news on our man Kanye.
Fantastic. Kanye, a bit of Kanye news.
Yep, Kim Kardashian's come out on American TV and said that Kanye West keeps his 21 Grammys in a sock drawer in the laundry room.
I absolutely love this. This is just another episode of the Kanye West saga. It's fantastic.
It's absolutely amazing. And Tom, I want to ask you, do you think Kanye's crazy for doing this, or do you think this is just his personality he wants to show to the world?
I just think everything that they do, they cannot do anything that's not fabricated.
No.
This is just another publicity stunt from Kim and Kanye. Unbelievable.
Well, they got the pop-up shop as well, which is going off apparently.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom, you've also got some news as well.
Yeah, well, Gautier, of course, that we all know after his 2012. Was it 2012 or 2011? 2011 in Australia, 2012 in America. His Signal Somebody That He Used to Know has announced that him and his band, The Basics, will be running in the upcoming Victorian election.
I know who I'm voting for now.
Yeah, so big news. The trio's coalition will be named the Basics Rock and Roll Party as they strive for improvement in the areas innovation, education and rock and roll.
Well, there you go. And, if Gautier's party do win against Labor and Liberal, Gautier can sing to them somebody that I used to know.
He's probably got enough popularity. He's definitely a lot more popular than politics these days.
He can sing to them somebody they used to know, and he can say to Daniel Andrews and Dennis Napthine.
In the Parliament. That would be fantastic.
Too.
You just stand up and do a bit of a performance there.
I know Jeff Shaw would be a fan of them.
Definitely. But the group is looking to take a stance on Indigenous affairs, education in schools, and music in rural and regional areas, which is fantastic. Gautier dispelled rumours that he will be himself running in the Parliament. It is his bandmate, Chris Schroeder, who will be the candidate for their party in the election. If you would like to find out more about the political party, though, head straight to their Facebook page, The Basics, the band. And if you would like to become a member of the party, it's absolutely free. You just personal message them straight on Facebook with your name and contact details, mailing address, and they'll send you a letter and you're a member of their party.
I know I'm going to be doing it after this.
Yeah, I've already done it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah. But I've got some other news. Prog rockers Dead Letter Circus have announced a final Australian tour for 2014 later on in the year. Starting off in December, it kicks off in Adelaide on the 11th of December and heads all around the country with bands Sleep Makes Waves and Voyager as their supports.
Cannot wait for Dead Letter Circus.
Yeah, so fantastic news there. And that's all from us this week at 3SSR Music. Catch you later.
Welcome back, guys, and that's your music updates for this week from us. And let me tell you something. All right, now last week I saw the Swing Gamers.
Yeah.
You know, they had this really beautiful backdrop, like this picture, and I wanted to add something different. I wanted to add something different to our one. You know, spice things
new
up.
And creative,
and
yeah.
I haven't told you this, but I want you to tell me right now what you think.
Okay, this is
All right,
the
so
first time I've ever seen.
first time you've ever seen this.
Yeah.
I'm going the wrong way here because.
This is live TV, by the way.
It's not. I wish. Hang on, this TV is working. Now this is good. All right. What do you think?
Now,
I think it's.
This
I
is,
think it's.
This is
I
meant
think
to
it suits the show.
represent 3SSRTV.
I think it suits the show.
Is this meant to represent our personalities?
It represents a lot. It's
It
got rainbows.
It
got.
represents something.
It's a pudgy unicorn.
Yeah.
It's a pudgy unicorn.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought this with the producers and the directors, this idea.
I may have not done that.
So, essentially, you put this live on air before we approve this idea.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you approve it?
Well,
don't not approve it?
Let's just say, if we're still around next week because of this,
I don't know. It's a pudgy unicorn. It's got two rainbows.
Why two?
I don't know.
Oh, well, we go with it anyway. But let's go with somewhere, a bit of travel. We're going to go with a bit of Hidden Wonders of Australia with Jess and Crystal.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Hidden Wonders of Australia. I'm Jess.
And I'm Crystal.
And today we will look into one of the more versatile destinations on the planet, Byron Bay. This place truly has something for everyone, from the pristine white beaches to the perfect waters and blue skies. It's definitely for people who take life wave by wave.
Byron Bay is probably one of the best places to find all the hidden coves which are completely untouched. Between Broken Head and 7 Mile Beach, there are several small secluded bays that very few visit or even know about. You just want something a bit more private or the surf all to yourself, you have to check out that place.
Definitely. And while we're talking about this region, why not take a look at the Shannon Markets? It's just a 45-minute drive out of Byron and it's been running for 35 years. It's held on the second Sunday of every month and still lives by their original slogan, make it, bake it and grow it. The stall holders are as colourful and unique as objects they sell. You are sure to run into a busker, or maybe 10, as you lazily make your way around the stalls or just sit down under the tree to enjoy the delicious organic and locally grown food choices. This definitely is a real deal farmers market.
Definitely, you have to check out the homegrown chocolate because it's amazing. Next, to fulfill your caffeine fix, just up the road from Byron Bay's main beach is the Top Shop Cafe. This offers home-cooked pastries, wholesome burgers, and the best coffee in town. True, is it not the best coffee in town? The Top Shop Cafe has hosted a number of celebrities, including Elle Macpherson, Sarah Wilson, but maintains a very laid-back corner store feel. The perfect early morning Kickstarter or post-surf hangout.
Awesome. But if you want to bring out your wild side whilst heading over to Byron Bay, you can check out Cheeky Monkeys, the restaurant. It's on Johnson Street and you can head on down to enjoy Eggs Benedict, dancing on the tables and their weekly wet t-shirt competition, which is held every Thursday. You'll be sure to have a laugh. I would do. No, I'm kidding.
She did it.
I didn't.
Well, thanks, guys. That's all we have time for. Till next time, check out hiddenwonders.com.au for more info. Back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Jess and Crystal, with all your travel updates there. And I like to go to those destinations. Broom, I might take a look at that.
Yeah.
You know, the wet t-shirt competition. I reckon I'm a standout. I can win that prize. The white shirt.
You'll win a prize, all right. You will in something. But coming up next, we're going to be going with gaming, sports, and street walk right here on 3SSRTV.
Welcome back, guys. We've got plenty more to come, obviously, but you know, something that I'm a bit disappointed with.
Yeah.
The unicorn's gone.
Yeah.
You know, had the
I think
producers coming in.
The higher up management and myself and the rest of the crew, we just said no.
Who doesn't like pudgy unicorns? You know what? You know what? That's it. I'm upset.
You
I'm
can
upset.
see
Just
that little tear that's
No, just-
dripping from your eye in the corner.
Go to the next segment.
We definitely will, because it was actually Peter again. We're going to go to footy with John Peters. They give you the latest in AFL.
G'day guys, welcome to another edition of 3SSR Footy Hit with John Donohoe and Peter Saros. Pete, we're going to change it over a bit. We've talked about the Brownlow the last few weeks. We're going to talk about the season reviews now. We're going to go from the bottom of the ladder to the top, starting with the Saints, who finished 18th. We'll get pick 1 in the draft. It was a tough year for my mob. It really was. Few things that went wrong for the Saints, mainly injuries to key players like Wright, Gilbert, Fisher, Billings, Hickey. The list goes on and on. The ball movement was poor all year, and look, it was just a bad year for the Saints.
Yeah, it was a bad year, and it resulted on, well, they came last, so you can't really get any worse than that. But there are some positives with them. They have signed up some pretty good young players for the future years to come. But again, at the same time, we can't expect them to just dominate from the get-go next year.
No, not at all. You're right. A few things that did work though. You mentioned Dunstan, Billings, White, Akers, Luke Delaney coming in as well, playing key back as well. All those players were pretty good this year. You mentioned there's been a few re-signings. Well, Dunstan, Billings, White, Akers, they've all re-signed, as well as Josh Saunders. So they'll be the future of this footy club, well and truly. Mav Weller was another standout this year as well, coming across from the Gold Coast. Started on the rookie list, got upgraded after Templeton went down, who was another standout as well. So look, there is good signs there at St Kilda, but there's a long way to go for them.
There is a long way to go, and losing key players like Gwilt, Jones, the other one, which was Lenny Hayes, the biggest one out of the lot.
The other one.
The other one. But, you know, the biggest one of the lot, they're going to be big losses. And I'm still confused about Gwilt. I was not expecting Gwilt to be delisted. Jones, I sort of knew it was coming. And Lenny Hayes, he retired. You can't do much about that. But they're going to be 3 big losses come 2015.
Yeah, you mentioned a few of those delistings. You mentioned, obviously, Gwilt and Jones. Dennis Lane and Meister also gone, as well as Hayes. Dennis Lane, Meister, Donnell I saw it coming. The writing was probably on the wall for them. Weren't getting much game time. Malera's obviously wanting to go back to South Australia as well, so he'll probably be traded out. There's about 7 of them coming off the list now. Probably a good thing, you know, the Saints need to rebuild. They're going to get some more back in, and I wouldn't be surprised if they swung a surprise trade with Montagna, Stanley, or one of them in the off-season. So you just keep watching. Few disappointments for the Saints. I thought there was many of them, but I thought the biggest 2 were Sipos and Tom Lee. Both were hurt most of the year, but really didn't live up to the hype when they got their chance.
No, they didn't. But at the same time, they're only going to get better with age. They're not going to get worse. At least you hope not. I don't think they're those type of players that you put so much time into them and they don't perform. They look like those type of players that will take that extra step forward, and hopefully they'll take St Kilda to the next final series.
Absolutely. What do you think they need in the off-season? What are they going to trade for, do you think?
Key defender. Definitely need a key defender with Gwilt leaving. And a key midfielder. You need an experienced key on-baller that could take the role of Lenny Hayes and take it straight away, not in a couple of years. You need it now.
Yeah, I agree. And you mentioned there a key defender. Sam Frost is one that comes to mind from GWS. Brother plays at Collingwood. He's a strong, athletic, tall. He ticks all the boxes for the Saints. He's 22 years old, so he's in that demographic that they're looking for. I think the Saints need to throw the kitchen sink at him, just offer GWS something. He might fall into that category category of maybe giving pick 1 to them, we get pick 3 back, and maybe get Tomlinson, Frost, and Jacks or something like that. So you never know, but I think Frost is probably a must for us at the moment. They also need, I reckon, a key forward to replace Rewalt. We saw Spencer White come through, but I think there's been word coming around lately that Mitch Clark, who left Melbourne obviously, he's been talking to St Kilda. He's obviously been talking to a few clubs. We'll see how that plays out. I think it'd be a good fit if Mitch Clark came, but I don't think he'd go from one struggling club to another is the only thing for me.
Well, I've heard links that he was going to be moving to Collingwood as well.
Hawthorn, Collingwood. There's a few clubs in the mix.
There are a few clubs in the mix. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes. But at the same time, I think you should be looking more at a defender before you look at a
Absolutely.
forward.
I agree. I completely agree. We got 2 in last year, Bruce and Delaney. The more defenders we have, the better, I think, because a few of them are going down. Tommy Simpkin can come in and play a role as well. Saints, they got a tough job in 2015. Good signs coming through, though, as we mentioned, with those re-signings. So they'll be the future of this footy club, and they'll take them forward. They've obviously got a plan to get back in the finals by 2018, and blokes like White, Dunstan, Billings, all them are going to be there. And good show of faith by those youngsters to stay as well. Obviously, Dunstan gets Lenny Hayes' number 7 as well. So there's a bit of faith shown in the young fella there. Look, that's all we got time for this week. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk about 3 more sides next week, and we might even sneak Richmond in after their dismal performance in their first final.
Yeah, we made the finals.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, John and Peter. Well, guys, a couple of weeks ago, the Australian national team had a couple of friendlies in light of the 2015 Asians Cup. We played Belgium, which unfortunately we lost 2-0 to, but it was an absolute learning curve for our young Socceroos team as we press forward. They had a bit of challenge with the European young guns, and they pushed us to the absolute limit. There was a few mistakes in the back line, but we learned from them in our upcoming game against Saudi Arabia, which we played this morning, which isn't going to air live now. But anyway, we're going through, and they played really well against Saudi Arabia, pushed through against the Asian side, who we could possibly play in the 2015 Asians Cup. An absolute fantastic game. Saw us win 3-2, which is absolutely brilliant. Our players played really well. The young debutants really showed some quality against the Asian side, and which will make Ange Postecoglou's job in the upcoming squad selections for 2015 a little bit difficult, as the squad positions are all up now for choice, and everything is an absolute battle now to get into the Socceroos. In other news, the A-League is slowly approaching, and it's coming up to its absolute fantastic start. It will be a brilliant season with a lot of nice young players coming in from the Socceroos side that are looking to show their quality, and we've also got some international quality with Damien Duff and David Villa starring in the A-League this year. So please make sure you get onto your respective clubs' websites, buy a membership, and attend as many A-League games as possible. We want to support Australian soccer. We want to get it up to the levels. So please make sure you back your side in this upcoming A-League season. For me, it's the big Melbourne Victory. Get behind them, and good luck to the Victory. Good luck to the Socceroos, and back to you guys in the studio.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much, Alex, with all the soccer updates there. Not a soccer man myself, but I still like to listen.
You like to listen, yeah. Good advice from him. Stick around. There's plenty more to come with gaming and street walk right here on 3SSRTV. Welcome back to 3SSRTV right here on C31.
That's right. We have plenty on the show to come, but for now we're going to switch over to one of my favourite segments, only because I'm a huge gaming fan, love games, the Swin Gamers, and they're going to be talking about Call of Duty.
Hello, welcome to Swing Gamers. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ricky.
We're here to talk to you about the next Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and it's looking big.
Yeah, that's right. The Call of Duty franchise is a very polarising one. You either love it or you absolutely can't stand it. But it started off as a World War II game. The 1, 2 and 3 are all World War II based, but then with Call of Duty 4 they moved to the modern warfare. They've been fairly modern ever since then, with Black Ops going back to the Vietnam War a couple of times, but really they've sort of moved into a new direction since Call of Duty 3, and it's exploded the franchise. They were sort of a middling franchise, but after that they are now the top tier of the shooter franchise, and as you can see here, they've had a lot of titles, and they have gotten into the habit of doing one a year. Now that for some people is a positive, some people it is a negative. For some people they feel that they sort of repeat themselves over and over again, and it's a detriment to the series. Some people love having a new one every year to play, get to prestige, and they love it. But once again, it's a very polarizing franchise, and it'll be interesting to see what this new entry brings to it, because after last year, Ghosts, they sort of dropped off a bit in sales. Every game before that had actually increased in sales every year. Ghosts was the first one to actually sell less copies. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year after that sort of drop off. They seem to have put a lot of work into Advanced Warfare, and it'll be interesting to see if the public responds to that with greater sales.
The next Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, it's based in 2054, and it's effectively global war on terror. It's selling to the highest bidder, and Kevin Spacey even makes, a nice little cameo as the villain, you might say, as part of Atlas. But the game is sort of following along a little bit like Crysis with power suits, so you're able to jump higher, move faster, shoot guns a little bit quicker, all that sort of stuff, and it should add another dynamic to the gameplay of Call of Duty. Now, usually Call of Duty, it's fairly basic, it's run and gun, it's very linear gameplay. They tried to break it up with Ghosts, but in actual effect, it was the same thing. So hopefully Advanced Warfare brings something else to our TVs and our PCs later on this year. But yeah, Call of Duty, I'm really excited actually. I reckon this could be a good single-player campaign, following on from the Modern Warfare series and the Black Ops series. The single-player campaign has been really good. A lot of the media attention has been focused on the multiplayer though. With multiplayer is massive. You can level up, you can prestige, so you start back at ground zero, and you can do it all over again, and that gets you higher perks, it gets you more rewards and achievements and trophies and that sort of thing. But I reckon the single player campaign is where Call of Duty really shines, and a lot of people really take it for granted when they get the next Call of Duty. They just focus it purely on multiplayer and not really touching on the single player campaigns. Like Call of Duty Ghosts, I reckon, is one of the stronger campaigns in a sense with its ending. And leaves it so open for interpretation. It can go in any direction, and it'd be really interesting to see when a next Call of Duty Ghosts will come out. So Call of Duty Ghosts 2. Black Ops and Black Ops 2 was a really good take on it. So you had your Vietnam War, and then you moved into the future, and they both linked, and you saw the story of Mason between those events. That was a really good gameplay as well, and you got the story behind that. So I'm not really focused too much on the multiplayer myself. I'm more focused on the single player and having an experience. Call of Duty has effectively been Hollywood to a lot of people. It's like your big blockbuster with the buildings crashing down and all that sort of stuff. So I'm actually really looking forward to this one and seeing what they turn out.
Yeah, for me, the single player, again, I really enjoyed the first two Modern Warfares and Black Ops, because there was always that one level that just sort of blew your mind completely. Modern Warfare 2 had the snowmobiles going down the side of the hill. Modern Warfare 3 had that epic battle on the Hudson River in New York City. I mean, that sort of stuff really blows your mind, and it sort of shines the campaign above the multiplayer, because I'm not that much of a big multiplayer fan with the Call of Duty series. I do play it every now and then, but it's not a big one for me. But the campaigns, if they can they can draw you in, and they give you these amazing levels and these amazing worlds to explore. The problem is a couple of the last few haven't been that great. They've been a little unimaginative. That's where the series isn't quite as good as it used to be. But I think if they can give us a great story, I've seen some of the gameplay, it does look different, which is good. That's what they need to do. They need to change it up a little bit. So if it's different, I've seen, like you said, the suits that they wear, some of the new abilities that they have will hopefully give the series a bit of a refresh. I think that's what it needs right now. It got a bit stale, give it a refresh, and I think people will flock to it again. If they want to make money again, that's what they need to do. They need to completely refresh the series, and I think this may be the title to do it. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I reckon ever since Modern Warfare, the first one, especially with the sniper mission, everybody talks about the sniper mission in the ghillie suits, and you're following along, and you're told to wait, and then it's sort of like all you have to do is just follow him. It's all scripted, and you just got to follow him. But you feel like it's open, it's vast. If you move out, a couple of steps, you're going to get shot. So you've got to stick with him, and it creates this feel and tension. And then the next part, you're sniping some guy from a building who knows how far away, and it really brings it together and really shows you what Call of Duty can do. And I reckon the whole community, especially on platforms such as the Xbox 360, the whole multiplayer aspect of it is kind of just washed over the real magic behind Call of Duty. It's really kind of just, push it away. it's really focusing on the multiplayer and the community behind that, and you got your 12-year-olds playing and all that sort of stuff. But I reckon if they touch on that single player a lot more, especially with these new gameplay options, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is looking to be almost a must sell.
Yes.
This holiday season, which is a cliched sort of holiday season. So, yeah.
It is, but yeah, I think this will bring the Call of Duty franchise back to the top. I think it will struggle to probably outsell Destiny, but I reckon it'll give it a real hot crack.
Yeah, Destiny. Oh, Destiny. Anyway, that's it for us here at Swing Gamers. I'm Sean.
I'm Ricky.
And now it's back to this studio.
Welcome back, guys. That was all your gaming updates. Can't wait for that Call of Duty game and the new one.
Call me an old man, but I think gaming is getting too new and it's just really out of touch. I mean, why can't it go back to the old ways where it used to be like hula hoops and gumball machines and wild hog shooting on the back of a pickup truck? I mean, where's the family values in this whole situation?
I think there are plenty of family values in Call of Duty. You get shooting people.
Yeah.
And there's shooting people. It's great. It's fantastic. Where's the plenty of family values in that?
Yeah. I know. Obviously, I will take my children out and play this game.
Grand Theft Auto. There's plenty of family values in Grand Theft Auto as well. Just they're filled with them.
Unfortunately, we are done for today.
That's right. That's all we have time for today. So, but go on social media, pretty much Facebook, Twitter. We've got it all. Instagram. Follow us, like us, and take a look at the 3SSR website, which is www.3ssr.org.
Until then, I'm Chad.
And I'm Peter.
See you later.
Fare thee well.
Bye.